UDP! Progress! UDP!
Power to the people!
DDP!
Peace and development!
DDP!
Peace and development!
DDP!
Peace and development!
Comrades, as you are all aware, it is about time we kick out this non-performing MP called Mr. Hassan.
Yes.
Because if you consider education, in terms of his records, it is nothing to write home about.
Yes.
If you talk about sanitation, the filth in town or in the constituency is too much.
Yes.
The filth is even creating sanitation-related diseases like cholera and the rest.
Yes.
If you consider drinking water, in fact, the only dam in the constituency is being polluted by chemicals and other toxins in the constituency. So what we need to do is, we don't have to allow Mr. Alassane to only go to parliament for the 4 years, only for him and his family to enjoy with the ex-gratia, while we, the masses in the constituency, sit down and suffer. Because the job of an MP is to represent you and I seated here. And if Mr. Alassane cannot give us a better representation, it is about time we kick him out of parliament. Because otherwise, he will only sit for the 4 years, and at the end of the 4 years, he will take his ex-gratia and go and enjoy with his family. I think that all that we need to do is to rally behind Mr. Damba. If we vote for Mr. Damba, all this problem shall be a thing of the past.
Yes. UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
I say UDP!
Power to the people!
Thank you very much, my brothers and sisters. It's really true. Our member of parliament, Mr. Hassan, has done a lot.
Wow.
In my own area, Mr. Hassan has been able to build a 6 classroom block. Mr. Hassan has also built a very big mosque and a toilet in my area. So I think Mr. Hassan needs to be given a second chance. UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
I say UDP!
Power to the people!
Yes, I totally agree with you, comrades. Yes. We can't just sit down and fold our arms and watch our people to continue to suffer. Especially our wives and children. We have to do all that we can to send that selfish and corrupt MP out of parliament this coming election.
Now.
UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
I say UDP!
Power to the people!
Thank you very much. Mr. Hassan is our man.
Yes.
Because he's the man of peace.
Yes.
He's the man of integrity. And he's the man of development. Some people are going around telling us that this year election is going to be tough. Whereas others are saying it's going to be boot to boot. We don't care whether it's going to be tough or boot to boot. We have already made our minds that we are voting for Mr. Hassan. Whether shining or raining, we are voting for him. That's why for me, I stand by my words and say, UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
I say UDP!
Yes, in fact, we have to organize ourselves.
Yes.
We have the macho men.
Yes.
Let's call on all our macho men.
Yes.
Let's look for all the necessary weapons.
Yes.
Look for cutlasses.
Yes.
Look for cudgels.
Yes.
Look for pistols.
Yes.
Any offensive weapon that we need.
Yes.
Let's look for it and
Yes.
go and distract the rallies.
Yes.
We have had enough of the nonsense and the
No
long position
more.
by Mr. Hassan.
Yes.
UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
UDP!
Power to the people!
Indeed, we are all honored to belong to a political party built on the principles of democracy,
Yes.
accountability, rule of law, and social justice.
Yes.
And as members of this party, we have a duty and responsibility to make sure that the mandate given to this great party is extended by the good people of this country. Mr. Hassan, as you all testified, has done a lot. Not only for our constituency, but other communities beyond. And he's organizing a very big rally to launch his campaign, which I will entreat each and every one of you to come out in your numbers. Let us go and rally behind Mr. Hassan to ensure that he retain his seats and go back to Parliament. UDP! UDP! UDP!
Power to the people!
Let's organize ourselves now and ensure that we distract the rally.
No, I totally disagree that.
Allow him to talk.
Please calm down. Have you forgotten the motto of our party? Peace and development. Don't you think that attacking them will change the image of our party?
No.
And the masses will think that our party is a violent party?
No.
Our party, that's UDP, in power, is committed towards organizing a very peaceful election. An election that will make sure that Ghana remains Ghana during and after the election. It's going to be violence-free election. And as members of this great party, I am encouraging you to stay away from troubles. Please stay away from troubles. UDP! Power! UDP! Progress! UDP!
Power to the people!
Oh, comrades, do you know what happened 3 days ago? No. Dawuni and Mohammed attacked me in front of my house. Attacked me in front of my house. In fact, what we'll do is that, as you said earlier, we have to mobilize our people. And when we mobilize our people, please, comrades, let's be in our party t-shirts. So that when we get in there, we'll be able to identify ourselves. We can unleash pain on the people over there. So, comrades, let's mobilize, and we're mobilizing now. And we have to move now and attack now.
And let's organize our party t-shirts.
TDP!
Peace and development!
TDP!
Peace and development!
TDP!
Peace and development!
UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
UDP!
Power to the people!
UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
I say UDP!
Power to the people!
Thank you very much. We were told that Mr. Hassan, our MP, will be coming to us today.
Yes.
And let me tell you, we are very, very lucky.
Wow.
Thank you. He's here with us. Because of that, I will not waste much time. I will quickly invite Mr. Hassan onto the stage and he will tell us what he has for us. But before Mr. Hassan comes onto the stage, join me and say UDP! UDP!
Yes!
I say UDP!
Power to the people!
Thank you. UDP!
Power!
UDP!
Progress!
UDP!
Power to the people!
UDP!
Indeed, I'm very excited and impressed about our turn up here today.
Thank you.
This has really proven how the good people of this nation have trust in the UDP. And I'm assuring all of you here that the UDP will never let you down. We will never let you down. I believe this upcoming election is purely going to be contestation of issues such as development, good policies, and achievement among the political parties. This is so because Ghana has departed from the era where violence, acrimony, and chaos was used as tools in
nation. I believe when we have to talk of issues such as development, achievement, and good policies, the UDP stand tall. The UDP stand tall among all the political parties. What we never need to do is to sell our policies, our achievement, what we have achieved to the good people of this nation. I believe when we do that, they will give us their mandate. For instance, I have used part of my MP Common Fund to provide potable drinking water to all the communities in this constituency. I have also constructed roads that link all the communities within this very constituency. Also, I've built clinics for all the communities within this very constituency. This has given easy access of health delivery to the various communities. In education, I have built modern schools for all the communities within this very constituency. I've also set up a scholarship scheme for brilliant and needy students. More is yet to come when we are given the second chance. When I'm given the mandate again, I will use part of my MP Common Fund to establish financial institutions that will give interest-free loans to all my sisters and mothers. I believe this election is going to be one touch. I'm extending electricity.
We cry for peace, perfect peace. Lord, we cry for.
Just take a look at them. For how long will things like this continue? Must we shed blood and become sworn enemies because we want to be ruled? Is this what politics is all about? Insults, violence, always at each other's throats. Is this the true trademark of democracy that those before us fought with their blood for? Ideas will continually differ from person to person. Do you know why? That's because no two human beings will ever be the same. Even identical twins fight from time to time because they will always have their differences. But that does not make them enemies. It rather should build their relationship and make them work on their strengths and weaknesses. Instead of fighting one another, why can't we come together to fight the common enemies of man? Corruption, greed, nepotism, underdevelopment, political instability. These are all enemies worth fighting for. Politics is and will always be about ideas and the choice to be allowed to rule and be ruled. Because you are in party A does not make you a better person than one who is in party B and vice versa. Insults and violence will not lead us anywhere because as a growing nation, this is the very last thing we need now. Ghana is all we have. So what happens when we fight to destroy that which we seek to protect? Where would we go from there? Let's come together to foster unity. Let's agree to disagree. We must not be lured by selfish and ignorant people who do not mean well for our dear nation. A peaceful election is all we ask for, and that is what we should strive towards. Think about it.